Well, all right. What's going on, everybody? So I'm back, right, to do a video for my peoples out in Germany. Shout out to Germany, all across the world. You know what I mean? All the way to the other side of the world to Germany. I received an email from my peoples in Germany, and they were inquiring about a reading on Cancer women, right? And how they are compatible with Pisces men. Not only that, but how in general would they resonate with a Pisces man in comparison to a Scorpio woman, right? Now, at first, okay, of course, the professional approach, especially when I'm one-on-one speaking privately, my thing is, well, I can't give that type of explanation accurately without going into the scope of the natal charts and this, that, and the third. However, I got to remember this. This is what I came across terms with. Like, this is an entertainment channel at the same time. You know what I mean? So a lot of my videos are based upon, surface sun sign characteristics and stuff like that. So it was on my mind after I heard about it, and I was like, you know what? I think I can actually do this video. Not only that, I have some of my clients who actually wanted to hear more about Pisces and Cancer during the whole water element video. All right, because I just did the element videos, which are doing great, by the way. Like, a lot of people are hitting me up telling me they love the element videos. So thank y'all for that. So I said, you know what? I will accommodate you guys for speaking so much about Scorpio and not enough about Cancer and Pisces. So in this video, although it'll be gender specific, you'll get more in depth, stuff about Cancer and Pisces that was kind of left out of that water element video, right? I didn't think the element videos were going to get that deep, you know what I'm saying? But here we are. So I also want to state this, that being mentioned in the same conversation with Fernando Prudhomme is endearing to me. Like, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I understand our differences and I understand our similarities. And this is not the first time that I've been mentioned in the same conversation with him. I can see he's passionate about what he does, and he has like this qualitative, this intuitive quality about himself. Excuse me. This coffee is strong. But yeah, like, I can sense that. So again, I don't mind being mentioned in the same conversation with him at all. That's actually a compliment. Now, let's get into this, right? Because I also want to say thank you to my peoples in Germany for sending me that documentation from the research study, especially with me about to go back into college to finish up some courses for business, for global business, I believe. Just let's hope that that's registers right and administration doesn't come back to me and say, oh no, we want you to do management. Or I want to do global business, not global management. I'm just putting that into the universe. All right. So, but I say that to say this. Thank you for that research study, because I will be doing things along the lines of astrology when I go back to college. So, before that wasn't a scholastic thing. You know what I'm saying? Before, it used to be a pseudoscience and nobody wanted to even consider astrology on a scholastic level until now. Not only myself, but there have been some other pioneers who have broken the ice inside of the scholastic world with that. I must say myself, though, that compared to when I first tried to do a scholastic study on astrology last year, there were like 3 scholastic articles inside of the library. When I went to do it again that was 2017. When I went to do it again in 2018, there were about 30. So, and now they actually accepted my dissertation. So that's progress, not only in a scholastic world, but also for the field of astrology. So thanks for that research information. So here it goes. I'm going to give my take on what I believe about this whole Cancer woman, Pisces man, and Scorpio woman, Pisces man thing. All right. So I'm going to start out by saying this as far as marriage goes, right? Because this is a marriage question. Which one would you rather marry, a Cancer woman or a Scorpio woman? And I'll tell you this. I'd rather marry a Scorpio woman over a Cancer woman. I think a Pisces man would do better marrying a Scorpio woman than they would marrying a Cancer woman. Now, of course, whatever's going to happen, subsequent from this video, is going to happen. You know what I mean? You can all talk about it all you want. This is great. I appreciate the dialogue. But I'm really basing this on sun sign characteristics and constructivism of what I've experienced with these two signs. All right. So let me first highlight the main reasons why I decided to do this, and it's because of anger issues, anger and emotional issues, right? So I know you might want to hear all of the beautiful, fluffy stuff that sometimes I can spin on the videos and stuff. However, these are water signs we're talking about. So it's important that we get real authentic and straight to the deep and the depth of what's going on with these signs. Just, you got to think about it. If you're a water sign, you know. When you enter this room with other water signs, it's like this whole psychic Dragon Ball Z telepathic thing going on. There's body language being read, and no one's even spoken a word yet, but everybody knows what's on each other's mind because you're reading each other's mind. And it can be draining, it can be emotional, it can be intense, right? So it's like this, right? Let's say there's some tension, there's an issue involved with the relationship, and Pisces is first of all going to have more tolerance for the rah-rah, for the drama than both of these signs. More than Cancer, more than Scorpio, right? So that's one thing. Now it doesn't mean that the Pisces is going to be forever powerful in that stance. It just means what it means, that they're going to be more tolerant of all of this, the frivolous, whatever they determine it to be, right? And then you're going to have your Scorpio woman who's going to do one of two things. If she's feeling something and she's experiencing something, she's probably hurt by something. So she may start slamming stuff around in the house, dishes, cabinets, whatever the case may be, to let this Pisces man know that something is bothering her, that something's on her mind. And 9 times out of 10, he did it. And the Pisces man may just be oblivious to what he's actually done. Yeah, it's true. Because it's probably some surface level stuff that he just overlooked and was like, really? Like, or even more, or why couldn't you just say so? You know what I mean? So this is what happens though, because even though Scorpio is the more direct type to tell you what's on their mind, and and even be sarcastic while doing it, or even be like abrupt and offensive while doing it, this is more along the lines of when they're doing something to strangers, really. You know what I mean? Like, they will ridicule and destroy strangers at the snap of a finger. But when it comes to people that they love and they care about, it's not so simple for them, because they're locked into this and they want to do it with some type of respect at the same time, if you will. Right? So it's like they can be heated at you, but since they love you, they want to do it in a certain way that lets you know, this is tough love, but don't let it happen again. So there's an element of fear that they're trying to put there as well, because it's different when you come out and you address someone about something that you just felt on the spur of the moment. There's no real depth to that. It's just like, oh yeah, I felt some type of way, I let you know about it. It's over. You know what I mean? But when you hold it back, but you're around an intuitive sign such as a Pisces man, Scorpio woman knows that this Pisces man picks up on the energy and knows that something is going on. And she can just parade around in her silent mode and just making her faces and sucking her teeth and all of this stuff. She knows it's going to have an effect on this Pisces man. All right, so this is also a type of a torture method, a tough love torture method, that she's only doing it because she really cares about this man and loves this man. And I know this sounds psycho, however, we're talking about Scorpios here. So there you have it, right? But this is something that Pisces knows, is that Pisces man is going to finally be like, all right, she's not going to break and actually come out and tell me what's on her mind. Pisces man is not going to break and be like, are you going to tell me what's going on? You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do that either. They're going to want to use this high tolerance level to see how long this Scorpio woman can be mad and angry at him, to find out the depth and the severity of what actually happened. It's like a measuring tool. And then later on, when the Pisces is probably just like, okay, this is probably something more serious than I think. It's probably not funny. You know what I'm saying? So what the Pisces man is going to do is poke and prod. Because when a Scorpio woman is being defensive, that is when they will come out and they will be justified in whatever it is that they're feeling. So of course they're already feeling some type of way that they've been wronged. So Pisces man starts using the wisdom and says, okay, obviously I've done something to affect or hurt this woman. So if I poke at her, if I make fun of her in some type of way, this is how I'm going to find out exactly what it is. And she's going to say it in a way that she's on a defensive, to where she's going to be justified even if I disagree with her. So Pisces actually wins the quarrel even if he's wrong. Pisces wins the quarrel even if he pokes and prods and makes fun out of the Scorpio woman. He makes it look like she won, but in all actuality, he won because he's the one who decided to take this strategic route with emotions. This takes a lot of emotional intelligence to do this. All right. So he's still going to win, even though it's going to look, if you record this fight, it's going to look like Scorpio whooped him. You know what I'm saying? However, he knows he's won the fight because of the way he addressed it, and the wounds heal. The wounds heal. You know, she's going to definitely feel justified in her rebuttal, in her defense, the Scorpio woman. And then the wounds heal, and Pisces man knows, okay, got through that one. There will be another time. You know what I'm saying? And Pisces is going to be aware of this and just be like, all right, this is how you handle stuff with a Scorpio woman, though. So you got to imagine this in the married sense, right? If you're living with this woman day to day and you understand when those cabinets get to slamming around and stuff, it's like, okay, here we go. You know what I mean? You can take a walk. Scorpio woman might even take a walk. Unusually, like, leave the house all of a sudden. Like, oh, really? You're going to leave the house? Like, you know, why would you leave the house right now? Like, just some real unorthodox type stuff just to get a rise out of the Pisces. So, that, again, the Pisces will use a strategy, an emotional strategy, to turn the tides around to where, you know, she actually looks and feels like she won, but the Pisces won, because if it was done in a different type of way, and the Scorpio woman actually had to come out and be offensive, then it can be disastrous. All right? But this type of deep intuition from the Pisces man, picking up on the Scorpio woman's body language, even the telepathy, like, he could probably figure out exactly what got her mad. He might backtrack and be like, I know she's not mad because I left my dishes in the sink the oven. I know she's not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? But come to find out, it might just be that. It might just be that. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, you hurt her. Because Scorpio woman might be the type to be like, okay, we using those plates, I expect you to wash those plates. Those are the plates that I use for such and such and such and such. Like, she's fixated on those types of plates. And Pisces man just ate the spaghetti and just left those plates inside of the sink. And it's just like, you know, I don't like using those plates and leaving them around. Now, Cancer woman, on the other hand, this is why I say Scorpio over Cancer woman. Remember I said, like, Scorpio woman has a tendency to be abrupt and just come straight out and say what's on their mind, right? And if that's not the case, because they care for you or they love you, or, you know, you're that tight with each other that they'll use this other way of doing it that shows, like, you know, they're not to be messed with, or you got to figure it out type stuff, you know, be psychological and all of that stuff. It's different from the style of what a Cancer woman would do. See, a Cancer woman, and a Cancer woman could be more hurtful to a Pisces man, because this is what Cancer women are known for, right? A Cancer woman can be disgusted emotionally with you, Pisces man. And I mean disgusted, right? And you won't even know the level of disgust that this woman possesses until she makes that face. And the body language is what gives it all away. So this is what I'm saying. Like, a Cancer woman, let me give you a scenario. Let me draw up a scenario for you, right? Let's say, Pisces man, you're the husband, right? You go out and you're moving furniture from someone's apartment, on Craigslist, giving away free furniture, right? And you guys can use it in your apartment. So you're like, okay, bet, I'm going to get a ride. I'm going to get my boy with his van, and we're going to go shoot over there. We're going to pick up the furniture, and we're going to bring it over to our apartment, right? So you go do this, boom. You get up early in the morning, you go do this for your wifey, your Cancer wifey and all that, right? And y'all are busting y'all egg, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get the stuff done, boom. You come back, you sweating bullets. Now, let's say you get some body odor under those armpits, right? And you get back to the apartment. Your Cancer wife now, she's got company over. You know what I'm saying? So your Cancer wife comes out of the room and she's like, what's that smell? And then she twists her face up like, oh my, what's that smell? Like, what, oh my God, do you smell that? So now, not only is she like sniffing around the house, she's got her friends that, the company, they're all sniffing around the house like Scooby-Doo and the crew, looking for a ghost or something. You know what I'm saying? And you already, Pisces, man, you're intuitive, so you're picking up on it. You're like, it's probably my arms. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but you're watching them and you're watching her and you're like, you can't tell that it's me. Like, you don't see me sweating all down my back, sweat all over my face. You trying to tell me you don't actually know that it's me who potentially smells like that. Like, if you smell something, you identify the smell of what you smell, right? It's got to be like some human body odor. So you're really going to like do the Scooby-Doo around the apartment and act, and what, you going to finally lead up to me after 10 minutes of doing this and say, what are you going to say? Oh, babe, you need to get in the shower. You need to get, like, so you may have seen me say this before in a different video, right? That, you know, Pisces men or Pisces people, period, they won't necessarily, like, they could be in a room with you and they'll protect you by acting different in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Pisces would do it as a protective mechanism to say, you know, like if someone, let's say you're from the hood or you're mad ratchet, right? And then, you know, some professors all of a sudden pile in a room and they start asking the person that the Pisces is with questions that are on a scholastic level or whatever the case may be. And the Pisces may be ratchet too and just jump in and be like, out our art, and start talking all of this nerdy stuff, right? That you didn't even know the Pisces was capable of doing, you know what I'm saying? Just to like protect the person that they're with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just going to ridicule my people or speak to them with these big 23 letter words that they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand those words. I don't speak them all the time, but I understand them. So Pisces will just jump in and just like act different in front of the people that they're with until it's over and done with. And they be like, yo, I didn't know you spoke, you know, Harvard or whatever the case may be. Like, where'd that come from? And he be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I picked up a few things around the way, you know what I'm saying? And they might not even make a big thing out of it, like, yo, I just did that to protect you. Like, that's just how Pisces are. Cancer, on the other hand, Cancers will ridicule you and out you in front of people. They will embarrass you in front of people. I don't know why. I think they just have a dramatic flair for drama. That is just like, that's what they do. Like, they'll put you on display, and you could be their significant other, you could be their loved one, right? And it's an oxymoron to me, because they are so family oriented, and they, to the point that they can smother you, and then, you know, they want to make sure you're taken care of if they're not directly taking care of you. However, give them an opportunity to one up you in public or something, and their whole mood just switches. You'd be like, yo, where that face come from? You know what I'm saying? So this can hurt a Pisces feelings. And comparing it and contrasting it to a Scorpio who's either letting it lie dormant, you know, because Pisces does that very well. Let the problems and their troubles lie dormant. They'll smile and everything, and it's just like, this Pisces is going through mad stuff and stress, and they're around here smiling and making people laugh and stuff like that. So a Pisces understands that more. And they're like, okay, I understand. Okay, Scorpio woman, she going through something. All right, we're going to get over this. We're going to get past this. I know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? But at least there's a level of respect there that says, you know what? I'm going to mess around, because Scorpios have an explosion type aura about them. So they're telling themselves, like, I'm going to mess around and say this in the wrong way or do this the wrong way. And I really care about this person. It's just, oh, they got me mad right now. You know what I'm saying? But Cancer woman, I'm telling you, she'll come out the room and be like, what's that smell? Smell like 10 bags of onions. Like, who's smelling like that? Like, you smell that? Be talking to their friends. And here you are standing clear as day, sweating bullets. Come on. It's very obvious. They're stating the obvious, right? However, when it's all said and done, you're embarrassed. And you're like, but you're more hurt, Pisces man, by the way that the dramatics that this Cancer woman added on to this small situation that could have been addressed in private, or even could have just been blurted out As soon as she seen you and smelled it and was just like, oh, baby, you need to go in the shower. But thank you for getting the stuff. You know what I'm saying? No. Not Cancer woman. She's going to be like, what's that smell? Oh, my God. You know what I mean? And that's terrible. That's terrible for a Pisces. And I know that's a small example compared on to the context of what can actually happen. Like, just think of that type of scenario on something that is more on some information that is more confidential. However, this is how sensitive a Pisces can be. So this is exactly why I use the smaller type example, because that small type of thing that afterwards Cancer woman might be like, well, why are you so upset? You know what I'm saying? It's just smelly underarms. Like, duh, you went to go move furniture for us. Like, it's expected that you may come back sweaty and smelling a certain way. But Pisces man is not having that at that point. They're like, nah, that's not what it is. It's the way you went about it. Sniffing all around the house, and then you're going to tug on your friend's shirts and like put them onto it too. Like, yo, all you had to do, you ain't even have to pull me to the side. All you had to do was address it directly, more like a Scorpio woman would, right? And just say what you needed to say and let it go. But to twist your face up and all of that, that let me know that you probably don't even really like me like that. That's how Pisces is going to take that. That's how a Pisces man is going to take that. That's where you see the sensitivity of a Pisces man. Like, yo, they're going to remember her face. Like, yo, how dare you twist up your face like that? So I went and got furniture for, like, you wasn't even there with me dragging these couches in here. And you going to make fun of me when I get back? You could lose a Pisces man. So, yo, I know this sounds pretty surface, but again, this is for entertainment purposes, right? I'm not looking at natal charts and where's Venus, where's Jupiter. I'm not doing all that. I'm telling you simple scenarios that happen in everyday life that couples can go through, especially when living with each other. And we're talking about water element signs. We're talking about emotional people, okay? And it's not like the Cancer woman is not intuitive as well. They're very instinctive, though. They have a quicker response to being instinctive, fight or flight type stuff. So bet believe when they twist up that face like that, that's because they smelled that smell and they're like, oh, what? Oh, my. And they may joke. They are very funny people. But they can drag you when being funny. And it's just like Pisces man is just be like, I don't find that funny. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a little psychopath running around the house slamming cabinets and stuff, not saying what's on their mind, than to have something like that happen. You understand what I'm talking about? So that is my reason for choosing a Scorpio wife over a Cancer wife. And I'm out.